It's recording.
It's recording, it is.
Please silence your cell phones. Which
Matters
one is
more.
the camera?
The top one, I would assume.
Which one's the top one?
Yes. And action. Why we chose our RV. Now it's time to feed Fenrir. Oh my gosh. We're Zen and Tyler, a married couple from Central Texas who got tired of our standard life in the suburbs, the same boring walks with our dogs around the loop of cookie-cutter track homes, and seemingly endless 100-degree Texas summers. So in late 2024, we made the crazy decision to completely uproot everything in the name of adventure and chasing good weather. We sold our house, we sold most of our belongings, and hit the road in our new home on wheels. Like bats out of hell, we left Texas summers behind in search of new experiences, memories with friends and family, and a taste of freedom we never thought we'd experience. So join us while we document our journey, the real, unfiltered truth of RV living in our Hell Bat Convoy. What went into our decision-making when purchasing our RV?
Well, our plan changed like probably 5, 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
For the plot.
So yeah, the plan probably changed like 5-ish times. We were going to buy a Class C with and tow my Jeep behind it, and then we ended up selling the Jeep, and we were going to get a toy hauler camper, a bumper pole, and then we started looking at the fifth wheel toy haulers, and we just couldn't go back to the combined space with the kitchen and garage all being tied together.
I definitely wanted a customizable space too. I wanted to have a space that we could turn into something later and have Fenrir in his own space.
The three things that were our biggest considerations were being a king-size bed, because we were not going back to the midnight sparring matches when we slept on a queen mattress. That was kind of out of the question. We're sprawlers.
We starfish sleep.
And then we needed a spot for our chest freezer, because I'm a hunter and need a spot to bring the game meat along with us. The third thing was the cargo capacity of how much we could actually bring with us in the rig, because a lot of the standard travel trailers, you're really only getting about 1,000 to 1,500 pounds of cargo capacity. So
Whereas we get almost like 4,000 with this one.
3,800, I believe.
We can make customizations to it too, that we don't have to worry about the weight limit too much.
Things add up quick when you start having household goods. Your pots, your pans, clothes, everything is so much weight, and you have to have the capacity to safely tow that, and that was something that, being full-time, we really considered.
On to the next thing.
I've never owned an RV. I don't think you've ever owned
I've never owned an RV. I've been in one a couple times, but
I mean, I stayed in like an RV when I was a kid in like
same.
My grandparents' property
Literally
in
same.
Michigan and stuff.
except for it was in Utah.
I've seen them, but we've always been tent campers. Like, we would always go out and tent camp. I've got a lot of experience driving a trailer, so that aspect of it wasn't a big deal.
I feel like I got my legs chopped off moving into an RV, not gonna lie. It went from Tyler doing a lot to Tyler doing everything, basically. And I mean, he's towing and doing repairs and all of these things before he's even certified. He doesn't have a CDL, but he drives, like he does. And I just didn't have anything to feel, I didn't have anything to do the first few months, and it bothered me. And I would get a little like upset because I felt like I couldn't do anything. So I started picking out the little things that I could do, like the electric or the water or, whatever thing I could find. I do the tires and help with leveling and things like that. I really have to find where I can fit in here in this lifestyle. That's something to adjust
And I was very much just whatever needs to happen next, I'm doing it, not considering like, oh, that's your job.
So I would be a little irritated, not that like I'm mad that he's doing things obviously, but he's literally doing everything, and I just wanted to feel like I had something to do, like make me give me a little job so I feel like I have something to contribute, instead of just watching you and sitting with you in the cold, or like standing there watching you, or
managing Fenrir while I did stuff.
Yeah, managing Fenrir, like he's much better now about staying and being good, so I can help out a lot more. I feel like that was a transition for me over the year, was going from doing nothing and not being able to contribute anything to slowly finding the things that I can take care of and having the confidence to do it, because it is a learning curve. Everything is weird on an RV.
All the comforts of home, but they work completely differently.
And I get nervous when I do anything I don't know how to do. So if I don't physically do it with him around or watch him do it step by step, then I'm not going to be confident doing something. So I have made him tutorial me on things so that I can do them confidently when he's not around.
How many times you asked me what to do with the levelers in the first like 6 months?
Yeah.
Just like
no, I was like
again.
It doesn't click. I need to
but it's
make
stressful
sure
though.
That it's because that is our whole house. If I dropped it, that was my thought, is like the one time I think that I know what I'm doing, I don't, and I'm gonna drop our whole house. So why don't I just annoy him and ask him really quick, am I doing this right for the 57th time?
The first couple of months that we lived in the RV, I lived with kind of a constant pit in my stomach of just anxiety of the getting to learn how to use everything, because the RV technician from the dealership that we bought from didn't know anything about this unit. It was a used model, and it's not something they sold, so
I think we have a clip of that too.
Yeah, he was kind of going through the motions, trying to describe how to use everything in here to us. I was still figuring out how to work things on this, like a year into living in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the switch on the front end did, and it turns out that turns on your cap lights. That was
and then we discovered the LED lights and like little things here and there. You were like, oh, hey.
That was probably like 6 months in until I realized that we had cap lights on the front.
Yeah. Honestly though, for you, I felt the stress too. And also we had our dog, which was a whole other story that we'll get into, because that's a whole episode on its own. Just the stress that was on you specifically that I didn't feel, but I felt it for you. I knew you were under that stress and I couldn't do anything about it. I feel like that honestly stayed until like a couple months before you probably went to the NRVTA.
Right.
Yeah, so it didn't help that we moved immediately the day that we moved out of our house. We left actually 10 days early to go be at Thanksgiving with my family, and ended up moving out of the house. And the same day we moved out, we were basically on the road to Virginia with all of our stuff just packed in our garage.
From Texas.
Yeah, from Texas. So we were day one making a cross-country trip and have no idea how to use the RV fully and are just guessing along the way, have all of our stuff crammed into the garage. Fenrir had no space except for his little kennel. We were flailing.
We brought a lot more stuff than we really needed to have on us. When we got back to Texas from our first trip, we were definitely moving stuff between storage and our RV, trying to figure out what we needed to really have versus what was just kind of nice to have.
Yeah,
and
we definitely overestimated.
we thought there was way more storage in here when we walked through it, until we moved all of our stuff from our house into here and realized that we really didn't have very much room for storage at all.
Yeah. That's something that this RV definitely lacks, is storage. It's very big and it looks like there would be a lot of space in it, but when you actually live in it, you realize how many storage opportunities they missed out on in this. It's definitely not built for full lifers.
No, it's definitely more of a rig for somebody to pack up a couple of dirt bikes and take out to the desert for a weekend and go have some fun in. We thought that we could customize it to fit our needs fully, but it was just a much bigger task than we imagined going into this. Just all of the things we would need to change around to make this feel comfortable and like our home. So another thing that really played into the anxiety was getting used to the booking sites and having to really plan out where we were going to be, because we're not the type of people that just can on the fly be somewhere, call people on the phone and ask about having spots available.
Yeah, we prefer to not talk on the phone when we book sites if we can. We've definitely skipped some sites that we had to call and book somewhere else.
Yeah.
So staying booked out at least a month, if not 2 to 3 months, is the preference.
Very minimum. When we were bouncing around in Texas, we wanted to stay about a month booked out, because there were some times where we neglected to take holidays into consideration, and we would be able to find a few days in a spot but not be able to book the full 2 weeks like we were wanting to at that period in time, where we were kind of bouncing around Corps of Engineer sites and state parks and stuff to save money back then. Definitely something to keep in mind, that you have to really always have an intention of where you're going to be, or be able to have a setup where you can pick up and go on the drop of a hat. But this type of setup that we have going is not something we're capable of, especially in the beginning. Just packing up and leaving, it would take us in the beginning maybe like 2 to 3 hours of getting stuff packed away and ready to travel, secured, so that things aren't breaking and flying around when you're moving. That we couldn't just move around like that. We were trying to stay at a minimum of like 2 weeks at a time when we weren't like traveling across the country.
But yes, while this year has had its challenges, it's honestly been one of the most rewarding experiences that we've ever had, and I don't see us changing our lifestyle anytime soon.
So we have spent the past few weeks getting our trailer ready to travel to our favorite summertime location. We've spent the past 5 months, which is the longest we've been parked anywhere down here in Southwest Florida. And the summer heat is starting to make its way in. The love bugs are splattering the front of everybody's vehicles, and we understand why people leave by Easter now. We've been here too long, and we're excited to get to our favorite summertime spot, but it's going to be a long travel. We're leaving tomorrow, and we're not excited about driving our 2 gas-guzzling trucks when diesel has been over $5 a gallon for the past couple of months here. But it's part of the journey, so join us and see how much we spend along the way, see if we go bankrupt or if we end up stopping and taking some jobs along the way, because we just can't afford these diesel prices anymore.
If you want to watch our channel grow from the very beginning, hit that subscribe button and join the convoy. We will be posting weekly videos, no set schedule yet, but we'll be basically posting whenever we can. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it.